country was not only strong in faith, but enduring and persevering. For example, I cannot forget the people power. How many were there at EDSA? Yes, that was really the fate of the Filipino. No even a minute drop of blood in that revolution, and we have won out of the dictatorship. Sorry. We have the Presidio. Now we have the Presidio in the United States. We have the Couples for Christ. We have the Charismatic Renewal, etc., etc. Our faith is enduring. However, after the 60s and all these changes in our society today, the situation of man today cannot be ignored, right? Our human race is passing through a stage of profound changes. From before, geographically, socially, politically, and culturally, we are separated, at least. But not anymore. The whole world now is one community, right? And that is why the outsourcing of the technological companies, the different parts of the world, para makatipid sa insurance, makatipid sa salary, made the globalization really a possibility. Which again, because of people's lack of faith and lack of doing of the faith, globalization again is the abuse of workers and children, etc. I don't want to dwell on that because I've been with the Social Justice Club for a while, and we have been reflecting on the Catholic social teachings, which I would ask, or I would probably suggest you to study more. Now that you know about the Bible, I know all of you here are biblical scholars. You have been discussing the Bible for how many years now. I'm sure you know from Genesis to Apocalypse. Am I right? For whatever degree there is, but there is a knowledge. But let's go back, let's go more. Let's go Vatican II. Because they see that's why Benedict XVI proclaims the Year of Faith, because it's also the anniversary of the documents of the Vatican II. How many read the Vatican II documents? Very good. We need to study those. This is a summary of the Constitution of the Church as a pastoral, one of the pastoral documents of the Constitution. And this is where I got them. This situation of the world of man today. Triggered by the intelligence and energies of man, these changes recoil around him, upon his decisions and desires, both individual and collective, and upon his manner of thinking and acting with respect to things and people.
Is this 50 years ago?
Men today are very intelligent. Yeah, Brother Willie?
Is this 50 years ago?
No.
No.
It was written 50 years ago, but the relevance is forever. Because the intelligence of man today, you can even clone man today. This is the latest. In other words, we will have monsters around us walking with us. They did not pass through the fallopian tube. And they did not grow in the womb of a mother. But they grew up somewhere. And if they want to clone somebody which has matangos ng ilong na hindi ko kagaya, they can do that. If they want to have blue eyes and green hair, cloning of man. Intelligence of man is so much going on, an ongoing phenomenon of society. We are living in a world most diverse. We are living in a world where the metaphysical and religious consciousness no longer become relevant to society. That is what this part means. There is a social and cultural transformation. We know that. I'm looking at the clock, I cannot discuss all this. I will just mention them to you. I have a whole page of discussion, but I think this is made for a 2-hour retreat. Excuse me. I only have 40 minutes time. Okay. So that we know that we are so free today. But this freedom at the same time has psychological slavery. Those who are slaves of the pornography, kawawa naman sila. Those who are slaves of marijuana, kawawa naman sila. Those who are slaves of infidelity, kawawa naman sila. But yet that is the modern trend. I'm free. I can choose. I can choose to abort my child. This is my body. Hey, what are you doing? Don't tell me what to do. So now, even the state, the most powerful country in the whole wide world, now will have to have children aborted through your insurance. That's an issue. Okay? Technology is from transporting there. We know that. We can take somebody in Africa. We can talk to our family in the Philippines in a minute. Even kagigising sa umaga, you can text, "Hi, Mommy, how are you?" Sa Philippines. Beautiful, isn't it? Okay. However, all these changes, our attitudes, values also change. Yeah? Okay, the nuclear family. The man and woman today, no longer. You can get married. You have same-sex marriage. And you can adopt children. Well, freedom, okay, is good. But you know, this is what Cardinal Francis George of Chicago is afraid about. He said, Cardinal Francis George of Chicago said that the secularizing of American culture is a much larger issue than political causes or the outcome of the presidential elections, warning against a rise of anti-religious sentiment and relating his fears of a future persecution in the United States. We're talking about Cardinal George. He's one of those cardinals who voted for Pope Francis. Anti-religious. If you notice, the media is against the Catholic priests. The scandal is so scandalous. Other religions also have their scandals. Where are they in the media? Why? Because in the United States, they want priests to get married. They want women to become priests, etc., etc. Okay. Secularism, he said, is just communism's bedfellow. Cardinal George also touched the reports that he believes a successor of his will be martyred. In other words, these bishops and priests who are doing the right thing. I am quoted as saying that I expected to die in bed, my successor will die in prison, and his successor will die a martyr in the public square. You don't know, but we nuns, priests, and maybe, I hope not the deacons, because they are seculars, are being persecuted. We can be killed anytime. See, there will come a time where they will ask you, faith or God? Die or faith? Remember that time? Well, it can be. The Cardinal said he was trying to express in overly dramatic fashion what the complete secularization of society could bring. But I said it's not prophetic, but a way to force people to think outside of the usual categories that limit and sometimes poison both private and public discourse. We do not know it, brothers and sisters, but little by little we are being poisoned in the mind. First, the priests. Because if there are no priests, there is no Eucharist. If there is no Eucharist, there is no church. If priests will be married, there will be a lot of discussions. Of course, the priest will have to take care of his wife. That will be the first priority. And if women will be in the confessional box, what do you think? However, American Catholic silence could mean that we too will be fighting alone. Hey, Catholics, I have yet to see crucilistas fighting out there in the streets. We started it. I saw Deacon and Ori when we were there at the square in San Francisco against the unborn and for the rosary. Fight for the rosary. Cardinal George said, by reminding Catholics that God sustains the world in good times and in bad. Jesus Christ has overcome and rescued it. But then those, we probably included here, who gather at his cross and by his empty tomb, no matter their nationality, are on the right side of history. Those who lie about him and persecute or harass his followers at any age might imagine they are bringing something new to history. These changes. But they inevitably end up bringing the changes on the old human history or story of sin and oppression. silence for a minute and think about what I have said. Those are a lot for a day. That was, our faith is threatened. What do we do? Who are committed to this faith? You and I, the followers of Jesus. We should go back to the God of works instead of the works of God. Don't you think? Sometimes we are busy doing the works of God, but we forget the God of works. And that is why I said, we will be contemplative today. There's only one thing to do today, to talk to the God of works, to ask Him, Lord, what do you want us to do? Ask Cursilistas. Let us listen to Him. He already talked to us. James chapter 2. What good is it, brothers, if a man claims to have faith but has no deeds? Can such faith save him? Suppose a brother or sister is without clothes and daily food. If one of you says to him, "Go, I wish you well, keep warm and well fed," but does nothing about his physical needs, what good is it? In the same way, faith by itself, it is not accompanied by action, is dead. But someone will say, "You have faith, I have deeds. Show me your faith without deeds, and I will show you my faith by what I do." You believe that there is one God? Good. Even the demons believe that. And shudder. You foolish man, do you want evidence that faith without deeds is useless? Was not our ancestor Abraham considered righteous for what he did when he offered his son Isaac to the altar? You see that his faith and his actions were working together, and his faith was made complete by what he did. And the scripture was fulfilled that says, Abraham believed God, and it was credited to him as righteousness, and he was called God's friend. Abraham believed God, and it was justified what he does, and not by faith alone. In the same way, was not when even Rahab, the prostitute, considered righteous for what she did when she gave lodging to the spies and sent them off in a different direction? As the body without spirit is dead, so faith without deeds is dead. In the final analysis, and the last, at the end of the day, brothers and sisters, what is more important is, do we love one another? Do we give this love to others who do not have it? Because love is not love unless it is given away. A song is not a song unless it is sung. A bell is not a bell unless it is rung. Love is not love unless it is given away. Therefore, we are all in love today, are we not? Otherwise, we have to fight all these discords which are the effect of the secularism that Cardinal George is talking about. I'm not going through them. But this is what the reality, if you're watching reality shows, this is the reality show. Secularism, consumerism, materialism, naturalism, family values, infidelity, morality, war, terrorism, social injustice, poverty, craft and corruption, abortion, euthanasia, pornography. Which is your favorite?
Everything. Everything.
Okay, our response is we need to do something. Okay. Faith is total yes to God, yeah? Yes. And it's a gift of self to Christ. It is a total surrender. So therefore, it involves the whole person, encompassing 3 dimensions. The head, the heart, and the hands. Paniniwala, pagtitiwala, paggawa. Simple. I'm not going to elaborate on those. Knowledge. Okay. The Deacon has told about knowledge that we have to study. So head, the doctrine, the Apostles' Creed. That is the truth. The heart, we worship, we pray, we go to Mass, sacramental life. That is our life. The hands, the morals. Hey, fidelity, please. Fidelity. Okay? And fidelity to our faith. That's the way. That's the way of life. This is the whole faith truth, brothers and sisters. We get it. It's a simple thing, is it not? Why is it becoming complicated? Okay, now, what do? As fast as I can. Study, prayer, meditation. Christocentricity, living the Gospels. Evangelization, apostolate. Okay, let me go to study. Let me read to you what I got. Man's intellect surpasses the material universe, for he shares in the light of the divine mind. Through the ages, he has indeed made progress in the practical sciences and in technology. Still, he has always searched for more penetrating truth and finds them. For his intelligence is not confined to observable data alone, but can with genuine certitude attain to reality itself as knowable. Okay, we Filipinos are not very much of that, but you know, the Western people are. I'm amazed, I'm really amazed how they make just the defense of the United States. Walang makakaikon yan. Miskin na-hack ng China ang FBI, hindi pa, maski na-hack na niya ang nuclear bomb of the United States, ay wala pa sila sa tip of the iceberg sa intelligence of the Americans on how to protect the United States. In other words, mataas ang kanilang mga IQ. What about us Filipinos? Mataas din. Mas mataas. Okay. So, but, kailangan yung kataasan ng IQ is in the right way, no?
Yeah.
In the right way. Hindi grabe corruption. Hindi nagbabayad ng tax. Dahil may ginagawang mga hocus-pocus sa mga papers sa Pilipinas. Biski sa pagpunta sa United States. Kailangan mag-asawa ka na para makakuha ka ng papel. So marriage now is becoming a more granted thing. Etc. etc. I mean, these are only jokes. But you know, the intellectual nature of the human person is perfected by wisdom. What is wisdom?
Application of knowledge.
Oh, very good. Any other idea? Righteousness. Knowledge with righteousness. You know the wisdom of Solomon, yeah? One day, there was a woman who said that this is her child. Then came another woman said, this is her child. They went to the wise Solomon, this is my child, this is my child. Okay, hatiin yung child. The real mother said, no, give it to her. Wisdom, righteousness. For wisdom gently attracts the mind of man to a quest and a love for what is true and good. In wisdom, man passes through visible realities to those which are unseen. Our era needs such wisdom more than the Bible ages of the discoveries made by man are to be further humanized. If the future of the world stands in danger unless wiser men like you are forthcoming. This is the effect of faith. Wisdom. That's why when God came down to this world in the form of a carpenter, He just showed a simple life. He didn't even have a house. He was homeless just like us sisters. He was only lying down sa mga bato. He didn't have any house. He didn't have any food. He didn't have any particles. He went to the wedding of Cana. But humility, kindness, gentleness, wisdom are the key to a happy life in this planet. And that is why we need to study not only the Bible, but the magisterium of the Church, the Vatican II, the Catechism. Catechism of the Church, do you know?
Yes.
Very good. And may I recommend the Catholic social teachings. You know, the San Francisco, I gave them each a copy of this. I will order more and give you later, or when I see you sometime later, if you still like me to come with you. Okay. And also let us study about emotional maturity. I'll go as fast as I can in this. Relationship o management, ability to direct others,